As I indulge in nightly conversations with the universe, I ask questions like, what is the purpose of Lucifer? What do you prefer? Enlightenment or soul liberation? What is your inspiration? Is this experience just a simulation? I know life is a maze, but life is amazing. I'm just going through phases, living life in the matrix. I know life is a maze, but life is amazing. I'm just going through stages, living life in the matrix.
7 years of your life.
Yeah.
And I go, the Catholic organization called Jesuits. I said, 400 years, they've told the truth and no one understood it. I said, what did they say? They said, give me a child for the first 7 years and I will show you the man. What does that mean? I go, if I get the program the first 7 years of your child's life, that program is going to manifest 95% of their life. So whatever the program I put in is whatever life they're going to experience. So I go, well, scientifically, this is true. First 7 years is when you download all the rules of how to live. And you simply download the rules by observing mother, father, siblings, community, observe them. And the first 7 years, it's like hypnosis. I watch, I download their behavior. That's my program. And then after age 7, you become creative. But after age 7, the conscious creative mind can do either of two things. It can look out at the world and say, this is what, let's go out and do stuff. Okay. Creative conscious mind. Or this is the serious part. It can think. Okay. What does that mean? You ready? To think, you have to go inside your head. That's where the thoughts are. So if you're looking at the world with your creative conscious mind, say, I wish and desire, these are things I can manifest them. But the moment you start thinking, conscious mind is not looking out at the world because thinking is an inside job. So I said, well, wait, then let's say I'm driving the car. My conscious mind's paying attention to the road and all this kind of stuff like this. And then I have a thought and I say, oh, the moment you have a thought, you stop looking out the windshield because a thought is inside. So today's Tuesday. So I say, Amrit, tell me what you're doing on Friday. And it's not in front of you at this moment. I bet you within a minute of going, oh, I'm doing this. I said, where'd you get that? I said, it was a thought. So where was that thought? Written? Is it written here? No. Where was the thought? Inside? Oh. Then consciousness stops looking out and consciousness looks in. I say, what if I'm driving a car and I have a thought, then I'm not looking out the window anymore? I go, conscious mind's not looking out the window, but subconscious, and catch this, how simple it is autopilot. Meaning, if I'm not paying attention to something, subconscious gets in behind the wheel and then drives the vehicle according to whatever the program was. So where'd you get the program? From other people. I go, did they create a program that has your wishes and desires in it? I go, nah. I said, then what's significant? I said, well, when you're thinking, you're playing programs that don't manifest wishes and desires. Ooh, that wouldn't be nice. I said, well, how much of the time am I thinking? Now comes the killer. 95% of the day is the average time of thinking for a normal person. I say, well, then give me the meaning of that. And here it is. 95% of the day, your life is controlled by subconscious autopilot programs. Only 5% of the day are you creating a life from conscious, which is wishes and desires. Are you creating a life on your wishes and desires, or are you creating a life on the program you got from other people? And the answer is, sorry, you're not creating from wishes and desires. You're creating from program 95% of the day. And I go, oh, why is this a problem? I say, because those programs don't necessarily support you. You go, what do you mean? I said, well, you're creating with your mind. Yeah, but I have two minds. Conscious mind, creative, wishes and desires. Subconscious mind, programs. Programs from where? Not from me, other people. So I say, then 5% comes from wishes and desires. And 95% came from playing the programs you got from other people. And the vast majority of the downloaded programs, the vast majority are programs that are self-sabotaging, disempowering, and having limited beliefs on who you think you are. So we have become disempowered by the program. Yeah, but the program runs 95% of the day. And I say, well, then you're not manifesting your creativity, only 5%. And then, so I go to the movie The Matrix, as I talked about. I said, oh, what's the story there? It says, everybody got programmed. I said, yeah, well, that's a fact. That is a true fact. First 7 years, everybody's being programmed. But in the movie, so I want to relate it to life now, there's a chance where you could take a red pill. I go, what's that? He said, stop playing the program. And I said, well, what's the result of not playing the program? And I go, then you're manifesting your life from your wishes and desires. I go, what's that? And I said, whatever you wish for: love, health, harmony, great job, great house, great world, that's wishes and desires. So I go, all of us are playing programs 95% of the day. We do not see these programs. That's the missing link that blows this thing up. I go, if you could see you were playing negative programs, you go, well, that's stupid. I shouldn't play that program. I say, when you're playing a negative program, are you aware of a negative program while it's playing? I go, no. I go, why not? I said, because you're not paying attention with your conscious mind. You're thinking the program is running automatically, And I go, so significance is you don't see your own behavior 95% of the day. Whose behavior am I playing? I say, what did you get programmed with? Because that's the automatic, autopilot, subconscious. I go, so when did I get programmed? I said, actually, from the last trimester of pregnancy through the first 7 years, your brain is operating below consciousness. It's a state called theta in vibration. I said, what is that? I say, hypnosis. I go, oh, so for the first 7 years, I'm in a state of hypnosis. I say, what does that mean? I say, to get your programs, all you have to do is observe somebody and you'll download their behavior. So you watch your mother, your father, your siblings, community, you watch their behavior first 7 years. You just are like a video recorder. You see their behavior, you download that behavior, and then 95% of life, you play that behavior. I go, yeah, but if most of them are disempowering, then you're in a lot of trouble because you're disempowering yourself during the day. And then you go, oh, but I would see it. And I go, no, you won't. I go, why not? I say, is conscious mind looking out the window when you're playing the program? I go, no, conscious mind is inside thinking that's why I'm playing the program. So I go, simple story. I'm written. You probably heard it in any of my lectures, but for people, this is like most profound story at this moment is this. You have a friend, you know your friend's behavior very, very well, and you know your friend's parent. One day you see your friend has the same behavior as the parent. So I love it because you can't wait to tell your friend, you go, hey, Bill, you're just like your dad. I say, back away from Bill. I know exactly what Bill's going to say. I know what he's going to say. The first thing he's going to say is, how can you compare me to my dad? I'm nothing like my dad. And everyone laughs. Why? Because they have experience of that. And I go, let's break it down and tell you why it's the most profound story in the world. And the answer is this. Everybody else can see that Bill behaves like his dad. Who's the one that can't see it? Bill. I said, well, how come Bill can't see it? I said, how come he's playing the program that he downloaded? Oh, because he's not paying attention. I go, oh, so whatever program he's playing, he's the one that can't see it, but everybody else can see it. And I go, yeah. And if they're self-sabotaging programs, Bill has no idea he's even doing it because he can't see the behavior. And so when the world isn't working right, and Bill didn't see he was involved, it's like, no, I wouldn't make stupid things. I wouldn't make an error like that. Those people are preventing me. This person prevented me. That thing prevented me. I would have a happy life, but they prevented me. And we start blaming all people. I go, no, you just didn't see it. You were sabotaging yourself 95% of the day, and you're the only one who didn't see it. Why? Everybody else saw it. I go, so conclusion of this, why is this story so profound? We are all Bill. Every one of us is doing what Bill is doing. Every one of us wakes up with conscious mind, wishes and desires. Oh, today I'm going to find love. Today I'm going to get that great job. Today I'm going to be healthy. And I go, these are great wishes and desires. And then you go through your world and you come home at 5 o'clock at night going, it didn't happen today. no, it didn't happen today. These people, I would have done it, but these people, they messed me up. And I go, no, all day long, like Bill, you were playing programs that prevented you from getting your wishes and desires because you were using other people's behavior and their behavior didn't accommodate your wishes and desires. And I go, oh, so I'm not living my life? I say 5%. I say then 95% is coming where? From program. Now comes the beautiful part. And the reason is this. When did I get those programs? You started getting programs even before you were born in the last trimester of pregnancy, whatever your mother was experiencing. Remember, the blood of the mother nourishes the fetus. I go, yeah, blood has got nourishment in it. What else has blood got in it? Hormones, growth factors, emotional chemistry, all those things that coordinate the functions of this body. So I say, so significance is when the mother is nourishing the fetus. Yep, she's sending nutrition in, but she's sending information in. And that information, when there's a pattern to it, is programmed. Okay. And then once the child is born, the brain design is to stay in hypnosis theta for 7 years. So now let's go back and say, you were programmed starting in utero. Do you know what that program was before you were born? Oh, obviously, no, I don't. I say, okay, you were programmed from 0 to 1, a whole year. You want to tell me what the program was? I don't remember. I wasn't there. Okay, you were programmed a whole year from 1 to 2. You know that program? No, I have no memory of that. Consciousness wasn't kicking in yet. So up to about 3 years of age, you've been programmed with no even awareness that there's a program coming in. Now comes the helpful part, if I can be, Amrit, and that is this. Well, I was programmed for years before I even knew I was programmed. So I don't know what my programs are. Why? I wasn't there when the programs went in. Answer to this problem. Well, 95% of your life is coming from the program. Your life is a printout of the programs that you downloaded before 7. I said, yeah. I said, but what were those programs? I said, your life is a printout. Look at your life right now, and this is how fast you can do it. I say, the things that you like that come into your life, the things that you like, and you're so happy that they come into my life, I say they come in because you have programs to acknowledge them. But now, I say, but what about the things you want, wish for, desire, but you have to work hard for? Struggle. I'm working hard, man. I'm sweating. I'm putting a lot of effort in. I'm gonna make this happen. I'm working. Stop. Why are you working so hard? Answer. Whatever that destination is that seems to be elusive and you can't get there. Why is this destination a problem for me? And the answer is, whatever program you downloaded does not support that destination. And you're going to try to override the wishes and desires. I say, I want this, with a 95% life that has a different program that says you can't have that. And I go, and I say, you struggle to overcome the program. You work real hard. I go, you don't have to work so hard, because the first thing is recognize this. It's a program you're trying to change. I go, oh, there are simpler ways to change the program than try to power through to make your wish manifest. Because if you change the program and put a program where the wish is the program, then 95% of the day, your subconscious is going to go after that wish without you even paying it attention. You could hang out all day. Subconscious behavior playing invisibly 95% of the day, which it's doing now, instead of a negative consequence. If you could program a positive consequence, and it says 95% of the day, without you even being aware, you will be creating behavior that will manifest your wishes and desires.
I love that.
But if you have a program that doesn't support that, then 95% of the day, your subconscious is going to create behavior like Bill, expressing behavior that you won't see, because that was the point. You don't see your own behavior. And if those behaviors are not supporting you, then all day long, you are shooting yourself in the foot. And then wondering at the end of the day, who the hell shot me in the foot? I got a bloody foot right here. And you should look over, because in your hand is this gun. You were shooting yourself in the foot all day long, 95% of the day, with behavior that was sabotaging you You didn't see the behavior. It's a program. You downloaded it. 95% is manifesting the program. Your life is the program. And I go, if I know that, and that's why I said, well, what are my negative programs? I say, what is it you're struggling to obtain in your world? I say, why are you working so hard? It's not that nature won't give it to you. It's your own program that is denying it because your program says, I can't get it.
Basically,
And I go, oh.
Yeah,
and if you understand it,
sorry.
You're free to write another program and put in wishes and desires. And I say, and what's the benefit? I say, 95% of the day, a program of wishes and desires will be manifesting itself without you paying any attention. You could be thinking all day long, and yet every behavior that comes out will be taking you toward a wish and a desire. As opposed to today, when you're thinking, the programs that you're playing with limitation are preventing you from getting wishes and desires. And the significance is quantum physics, the most valid science on the planet. Principle number one, quantum physics, most valid science. Consciousness is creating your life experience. I go, so if your life experiences aren't that good, we have a tendency to blame the outside. And I go, no, consciousness is creating this. If your life's not good, it's a program that you're not seeing that is undermining you in this. I say, if you were in full consciousness of your creative power, I say, what would be the consequence? And I love this because I'm not a religious person. Religion to me is the business of spirit. I feel I'm a spiritual person. I don't need the business model to tell me about my spirituality. Okay. I say, so what's the significance of this? I go, well, in religion, they've told you things and you never paid attention. I go, what did they tell you? I say, well, if you're in the Christian religion, what did Jesus say? Listen to this. People repeat it all the time. He said, the miracles that I do, you can do them better than I can, but you don't believe it. That's all it was. That's exactly what he said. I go, biology of belief, baby. If your belief is not supporting you, then you have a world of experiences of struggle. If your beliefs support you, you have no effort involved, you're already winning. And I go, so what's the difference? I said, it's not the outside that determined that. It was the inside. That's why I said, you need to know your programs. And I said, where are they? And I say, wherever you are on a mission to get somewhere and there's interference to getting that. It's not the outside that is preventing you from getting that. It's your own invisible subconscious programming. Because if you change that, then guess what? You get all the things that you want. If you don't change it, you don't get the things. That's as simple as that. A famous book is called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And the book is very important because it says how you were raised determines the rest of your life. I go, what does it mean? I said, rich people who grow up in a family of rich people stay rich. Why? Their programming that they got was to observe the positive aspects of that parent that brought the riches in. And then they have those programs too. If you come from a poor family, and I say, well, what was the quest of the poor family? Is to get out of the hole, but you can't. No matter how hard I'm working, I can't get out of this hole. I say, oh, that's a poor family belief. And I say, so what happens when you grow up? I say, no matter how hard you're working, you're not getting out of that hole because that's your belief. So rich people, poor people, it wasn't genetic. It was the programs they got in the first 7 years. A rich person can be stupid and still make money. Who could I talk about? Oh, Donald Trump. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. But he's a rich idiot. I said, how did he get to be a rich idiot? I said, unconsciously, he's engaging in programs that he downloaded from his father who ripped people off to get the money. And unconsciously, he rips everybody off. And then he says he's got money, but he's an idiot. I say, rich dad, poor dad, baby. That's the example right there. You don't have to be smart. You just have to have the program.
Yeah, I love the way you're describing this, and it's really powerful. What's precipitating for me is like, we've got our consciousness, which is on a quantum level, actually creating our reality, and of that, only 5% is actually our conscious mind, and 95% is the subconscious. And those are the programs written into the subconscious. Now, I might have heard this, you share this way somewhere else, but I love this visual metaphor. Is your conscious mind tries, it's like an ant on an elephant, right? Your conscious mind might be the ant trying to head north. Yeah, it's trying its hardest to head north. We're going north. We're going north. In fact, it is moving north. It's the conscious mind. It's this little ant. But the elephant's moving south, right? Which is the subconscious mind.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great story, because basically it says this here: a baby elephant's a couple of feet high. It's a manageable couple of feet high. A mature elephant is 12 feet high. I go, 12 feet high? That's taller than the ceiling in your house right there. I go, and I say, it's so big, man. It's a freaking monster. And I go, how do you say, stay, elephant? It's so big. If you tie it to your house, it'll just pull your house down and go. I say, how do you get an elephant to stay? And the answer is, during the developmental period, like in humans, the first 7 years, in the first few months of the elephant's life, they tie a rope on its leg and tie that rope to a stake in the ground. I say, well, what's the elephant going to do for the number of the months in the first months? It's going to try to get away from the stake in the ground. And it's got a rope, and it keeps pulling its leg, and it lays on its back and kicks its legs and rolls over and does this and this and this, and all day long tries to get away from that rope. Guess what? At the end of the day, it's like, can't get away. The rope is on my leg. I cannot move. I go, yeah, but that's a small little elephant. I said, what happens when the elephant grows up? I say 95% of its life, just like ours, is coming from the program. What's the program? If there's a rope on my leg, I can't move. And I go, the cool part is this: to stop your 12-foot elephant from moving, you tie a rope on its leg. And I say, what do you tie it to? I say, nothing. What do you mean? I say, all it has is the learned memory, subconscious program, that when I feel the rope on my leg, I know I've already tried to get away. Once the rope is on my leg, I can't move. And I go, you tie up an elephant by just tying the rope on his leg without even tying it to anything. And the elephant will just sit there. Why? Program. Rope on leg, can't move. And then I go, all of us are like that elephant. We've had ropes tied on our legs in our first growing up period because of our belief system that limits us as we get older because of the program that we got when we were younger. So we're like the elephant. I said, what ropes do you have on your leg? I said, what programs did you acquire that disempowered you? I'm not smart enough. I'm not deserving. Who do I think I am? These are things that we downloaded from parents who were trying to help us without them recognizing whatever they were telling us in the first 7 years wasn't in the conscious mind. It was a download.
Subconscious. Walking down the track into life, like obviously we're most of us listening in are not 7. So how do we reprogram subconscious mind, Bruce?
Well, that's the cool part, because basically it simply says this, you ready? That I have two minds. And this is what people didn't recognize. They said, the mind controls my life. I said, it does. But I said, but there are two elements. There's the conscious mind, which is the creative one connected to our spirituality. And the subconscious one is like a hard drive in a computer. It's just got programs. Push the program, going to play the program. Just push it. Every time you push it, going to play the same program. And I said, some of these things are really great. I mean, like, when did you learn how to walk? Before you were 2. That's a program. I say, do you ever have to relearn how to walk? I go, no, you could be 102. You're still using the same program from 2 years old. That's how it stays in the subconscious mind, because that's where habits are, and habits don't want to change. When did you learn how to drive a car? Way back then. I say, you're driving a car now? I say, you ever forget? No, I know how to drive a car. Matter of fact, I could be thinking about something and not even paying attention, and my subconscious is going to drive the car. That's how it works, okay? So I say, so we have two minds. I have two different functions. Conscious mind is creative, wishes and desires, heaven on earth, love, beauty, harmony. That's the wish and desire from conscious mind. Subconscious mind, program, not good enough, not smart enough, not deserving, not lovable. I go, whew. I go, significance, 5% from the wishes, 95% from the limitation. Okay? And I say, so they have different functions. Conscious mind is creative. Subconscious mind is habit. Not all habits are bad, because we need that. I mean, look how long it took you to learn how to walk. What if you woke up next morning and you didn't know how to walk? well, then you have to spend the whole damn day at least trying to walk again.
Yeah.
And then at night, if you finally say, I just don't know how to walk, I go to bed and I wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, I got to learn how to walk again. I go, but if you have a subconscious mind, once you put it in there, it's there. And you can use it on and on and on and on. So creativity, conscious, habit, subconscious, but they also learn in different ways. The creative conscious mind, by the nature of creativity, can learn in any number of ways. Listen to this podcast with you and me, Amrit. That's one, okay? Go to a lecture, read a self-help book, watch a video. Just go, aha, I can change my conscious mind. It's creative. Subconscious mind's habit mind. I go, most important point. Habits don't want to change. You don't. If you have a habit of learn how to walk, you don't want to wake up one day and I forgot how to walk. No, you're in trouble right now. Habits persist and actually do not want to change. So now we got a problem. 95% of your life is coming from a program that in the subconscious that doesn't want to change. I say, but you can change it. But I say you have to know how to push the record button. The conscious mind, I don't have to push anything. I just change my belief right now. Just say, nope, I don't like that color. I like this color. I just changed my mind. I go, fine, it's done. Subconscious. This is a program. I say, I want to forget this program. I say, you can't forget it. It's already built into the machine. It's going to play anyway. I don't care what. Every day it's going to play. It's going to play 95% of the day. So then the last thing for this is now everybody, of course, is, well, how do I change my life? Because first you told me I know where my programs are because the programs are where I'm having difficulties. So I know I want to have a relationship. I'm not finding a relationship. I'm looking. I'm struggling. I say, how do I change that? I go, in the subconscious, mostly you do not love yourself. I go, why is that important? Well, if 95% of my life is coming from the subconscious, I don't love myself because now I'm critical just because my parents have criticized me, not good enough, smart enough, lovable, deserving, whatever. And I say, well, I got those programs. I say, but now they're habits. How do I change them? I say, well, how did you get them? That's where I say there are 3 ways of changing subconscious programs. 2 of them are the natural ways that you got them in the first place and using that technology. And the third one is a new idea. I say, what's the first one? I say, how'd you get your basic programs? First 7 years, I say, you weren't in consciousness. Your brain vibration was lower than consciousness. It was in theta, which is imagination. Kids up through 7 are primarily in theta. They can mix the real world and the imaginary world all the time. That's what kids do. The tea party, I always love it. The famous tea party. I pour nothing into a cup. I drink the nothing and exclaim, that was the most wonderful tea I ever had in my life. That's imagination, okay? That's theta. The theta is hypnosis. So I say, you want to change the program, you have to get back into hypnosis. And I go, you mean, how do I get back into theta? And I go, every night when you're going to bed, the vibrations of the brain consciousness are higher vibrations than theta. But just as you close your eyes and you fall asleep, you are now in a period of theta for a short time before the brain goes full, I'm asleep, okay, which is the lower vibration delta. So I say, if you put earphones on when you go to bed, playing a program of your wishes and desires that you want to be true. The moment you close your eyes and now you're disconnected, consciousness is sleeping, man, it's not there. Subconscious is in a state of record. It's in theta. So whatever's coming through the earphones is going straight into the subconscious. And if you repeat this every night, put the earphones on, play the program, you are automatically reprogramming in theta just like you did when you were an infant. Okay? But then I say, well, theta process ends about age 7 and now you're in consciousness, but I still learn things, habits. I learned how to drive a car. I learned how to play a music instrument. I learned how to do this or that. And now I say, why? They're habits. When you drive a car, you don't have to think about it. Matter of fact, nowadays, if you've driven a car for a while, you don't even pay attention to any of the things that you paid attention to the first day you got in the car, which is
mostly paying attention to the music.
So the idea about it is simply this, is that once a program is in there, you don't pay attention to it, it's automatic. And I put it in through hypnosis. But then secondly, after age 7, I made new programs, but I did it by practice, repetition, habituation. I repeated it and repeated it and repeated it. And by repeating it, there was a point where my subconscious learned it. I don't have to repeat it again. I can play an instrument after what? After I practice and practice and practice, and I know how to do it with my fingers or whatever. I'm playing something. I say, once that's down, I could play the instrument without thinking about it. Why? It's automatic now. It's a habit. But you had to practice. So changing beliefs, number one, put recordings on at night with earphones, go to bed, have it play. And while the brain is in theta, a short period after you fall asleep, that is the process of hypnosis. So it's called self-hypnosis.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, I say, but after age 7, you learn by repetition. I go, if you want to change a behavior, then practice a new behavior. Just like practicing driving a car, practicing playing an instrument, practice a new behavior. Practice it. Because as you repeat it, anything that is repeated is then becoming a habit program. The new age talk, fake it till you make it. I go, what does that mean? I say, let's say I'm not a happy person, and all day long it's like I'm la, 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 la. And I say, what if you change that? I say, all day long you just say to yourself, I am happy. I am happy. All day long. I am happy. I am happy. I say, there's a point where you repeat it so frequently that you wake up one day and you're already happy. Why? Because repetition made a new habit. Just a little caveat here. A lot of people think, put a sticker on the mirror. I go, that's not a practice. That's a suggestion. A suggestion is, oh yeah, love myself. That's nice. Let's go back to work. I said, no, practice is I do something to keep practicing. I love myself. I have to keep saying that. I'm a happy person. I'm a happy person. I say that no matter how miserable is going on, because what you're looking for is not now, it's down the road.
So these are affirmations and mantras as well that can support us.
And it's repetition. It's a habit. Otherwise, it's not a habit. Habit is based on repetition. So you can change it that way. So that's number two. Create a new behavior and repeat it and repeat it. And it'll become a habit. Okay. And the last one is a new thing that's come into our world called energy psychology. And I go, what's that? I go, it's super learning. I go, what the hell is super learning? I say, maybe you've seen somebody read a book where they open up the book. I hope my lighting is still there. Okay. Let's make sure. Okay. Back. I got a book. I say, what does a super learning person do? Take their finger and go like that. They just read all the words. And I say, then what? I go, okay, turn the page. Go like this. I just read all the words. I just went like that. I read all the words. I go, super learning technique. You can open up a book, and as fast as you can turn the page, the subconscious is going to read every word on that page. That's how fast it is. Okay. So I go, that's super learning. I said, but what if I can engage super learning technology in reprogramming? You ready? You can change a belief you had your whole life. 50 years you've been living off of this belief that has been disempowering you. In energy psychology, you can rewrite that belief in minutes. In minutes, you can walk away, new belief, just like that. And there's, what are these? I said, well, simple point just to help the audience. My website, brucelipton.com. Okay, brucelipton.com. On there is belief change modification programs. I got 25 or more energy psychology modalities, different ways of engaging this. Okay, any one of those can help you change your belief in minutes. The one I was using, 15 minutes, get into the process, 15 minutes, walk away, different life. It's like, oh my God, it's the red pill. It's the one that can change it instantaneously. And I said, the red pill, remember I said the matrix is true because everybody's been programmed. And I said, in the matrix, you can take a red pill. I said, what happens? You get out of the program. And now I'm going to tell you, almost everybody out there, maybe you too, I sure, because you have kids out there, is one of the biggest red pills that can change your life is falling in love. Because when you fall in love, you stop playing programs. If only 5% has wishes and desires and 95% is my life, what if I stop 95% and turn my wishes into desires to 90 to 100% of my creativity? And I go, well, wishes and desires are what I want. I say, so if you're coming from wishes and desires, then you will manifest wishes and desires. And I go, oh, so all I have to do is change the program. I say, yeah. Self-hypnosis, habituation of a new program, energy psychology, all of them can change program. Energy psychology is the fastest because you can change it in moments. And I say that not because it's a good idea, it's because I wouldn't be where I was if it wasn't for energy psychology, because I myself had programs that prevented me from stepping into heaven on earth. Heaven on earth, you fall in love. Blah, blah, blah. Every day, every stinking day, blah, 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 blah. And then on this day, you meet somebody, you fall in love. 24 hours later, heaven on earth, love. I'm in love. I go, what does that mean? It's like, I love my life. I'm happy. The food's great. The music's great. Sex is wonderful. I love all this stuff. Even a crummy job. I don't care. I'm in love. I go, what did that? And the answer was, love is a red pill, because when you fall in love, you stop thinking. And that means that your conscious mind is not working 5% of the time, it's working 90% or more. And that's the one with the creative wishes and desires. Instead of trying to live on 5% wishes and desires, what's the difference on living 90, 95% wishes and desires? And I say, the first one, wishes and desires, I hope this could happen. But if it's playing 90 more percent, it's like, it is happening. You change your life. It went from blah, 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 honeymoon, heaven on earth. I say, how did it switch in 24 hours? Because love is a red pill. You take that love and you stop thinking. I go, oh, it was thinking. That's why I limited my conscious power, because 95% of the time I was thinking, I wasn't using my conscious power. Fall in love, and 90 to 100%, no more thinking. And I say, well, if I'm not thinking, then what's running the show? I said, conscious mind. I said, what's that one? Wishes and desires. And so when taking the red pill, you get out of victim. And now you're into total creativity. And unfortunately, thinking will come back in, and that throws a monkey wrench in the creativity, because now you're back to the old programs again. And that's why the honeymoon is so beautiful, because it took you out of program, put you into a creative space where you manifested the joy of being in love. But at some point you start thinking again, and all of a sudden the wishes and desires part recedes into the background.
Enlightenment or soul liberation? What is your inspiration? Is this experience just a simulation? I know life is a maze, but life is amazing. I'm just going through phases, living life in the matrix. I know life is a maze, but life is amazing. I'm just going through stages, living life in the matrix. Yeah. Instagrams, anomalies, daffodils, and bumblebees, astronomy, trigonometry. When I die, will my karma really come for me? Metaphysics, quantum physics, a little science, and some religion, philosophy, all these prophecies, does it profit me? I know life is a maze, but life is amazing. I'm just going through phases, living life in the matrix. I know life is a maze, but life is amazing. I'm just going through stages, living life in the matrix. Yeah. Genocides and Twitter pages, dualities and limitations, iPhones, innovation, imitation, ancient civilizations, stimulation, simulation, generations, in the matrix. It's all a play, it's all a maze, It's all amazing. I know life is a maze, but life is amazing. I'm just going through phases, living life in the matrix. I know life is a maze, but life is amazing. I'm just going through stages, living life in the matrix. Yeah.
You look at our computing power today, and you say, I have the power to program a world inside of a computer. Well, imagine in the future where you have even more power than that. And you can create characters that have, for example, free will, or their own perception of free will. So this is a world, and I program in the laws that govern that world. That world will have its own laws of physics and chemistry and biology. Now, you're a character in that world that you think you have free will, and you say, I want to invent a computer. So you do. Hey, I want to create a world in my computer. And then that world creates a world in its computer. And then you have simulations all the way down. Lay out all these universes and throw a dart. Which of these universes are you most likely to hit? The original one that started it, or the countless simulations, the daughter simulations that unfolded thereafter? You're going to hit one of the simulations.
I know life is a maze, but life is amazing. I'm just going through stages, living life in the matrix. Yeah.